Hi everyone, my name is Meryl and my full name is Meryl Williams. I was going to start with my full name but it sounds really professional and I don't know why I've just included it now. But yeah, I just decided to do this little video because I put up on my Instagram a poll and basically asking if I was to do a video about my condition, who would watch it? And I got quite a lot of responses, and then I asked another one about what questions would you like me to answer. So I was like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. I'm swearing. But I was so nervous, I was like, oh my god, I don't want to do it. And I was like, do you know what, you only live once, and I've been thinking about it for a while, and I kept on putting it off, and I was like, why am I holding back? Like, just do it. And just try. That's all you have to do is try. And at least it can raise awareness about it as well, because I think a lot of people do look and they don't think I wear, like, they wonder where my clothes are from, they don't think I wear what was said, but yeah, they wonder where my clothes are from, or they wonder how I get clothes, or you know, like how I live like a normal life and stuff. I think it's quite surprising to people that I do live just a normal life because I'm just a normal person. So yeah, so I thought I would just do this little video. So I talk really fast, so please excuse me, and I've also got notes beside me because I'm so nervous. As I said, I've done this like 20 times, so fingers crossed this is the right one. But yeah, so a little bit background about myself is I am 24, turning 25 in May. I was born in South Africa, and me and my mum moved over from South Africa when I was 6 years old to Essex, and then we moved from Essex up to Scotland. So my dad and all my family still live in South Africa, and it's just my mum, my gran and myself that are living here. So we actually call ourselves the Three Musketeers. I don't know what to do the three, but we call ourselves the Three Musketeers because it's literally just the three of us, and we've lived here on our own. So I've literally got no family apart from them, and all my family live in South Africa. So I always say to my friends, I'm like, yous are literally the family I never have because I have no family here. So yeah, so that's a little bit background about myself. My mum actually did move over here for better life for myself, because in South Africa it's there's not a lot of awareness, there's not enough healthcare, or not enough healthcare, but there's better healthcare here for myself and for my condition as well. So it is a lot better for me. So she moved over here for me. So I'm eternally grateful for her doing that for me. So yeah, so I'll start with the first question that someone's asked is, where do you get your clothes from? So my gran is a seamstress or a tailor, so she alters all my clothes. So she actually is a self-taught seamstress. So she taught herself when she was 13, I think, or 14, and she's been doing it ever since. And she's like won the jackpot having a granddaughter that needs her to alter her clothes all the time. So yeah, so she's been altering my like clothes. I stopped wearing kids clothes when I was like 12, 13, and then when like everyone else was stopped wearing kids clothes, and then I moved over to adult clothes. So I shop everywhere. So I shop at like Pretty Little Thing, ASOS, Zara. Love Zara. Like, I'll show you my wardrobe right now. It's literally just all Zara. And where else do I shop? I've got a couple of like House of CB jeans. I know, I splurged. And yeah, everywhere. So anything, if I see something I like, I'll just buy it, and my gran can alter it. It's amazing. So sometimes if they're like literally, if I like this top and there's no sizes left apart from like one size, like a extra large or like a size 18 or something, and I really want this top, I'll buy it, and my gran will turn it from a size 18 to like a size 10, what I am. So it's really good. It's I literally would be lost without her. I say this all the time. I'm like so lucky for my gran, because I know there's lots of people with my condition that don't have the benefit that I do have of having someone to alter all their clothes. So they have to either shop at kids clothes or pay for someone to alter them, which I actually did used to have to do when my gran was living in South Africa. So I had to go to a lady who a tailor who used to pin my clothes and then alter them for me, which was, it was quite expensive, but I needed to do it because it's something I had to do and something I'll always have to do. So I remember actually it was a top that was, I got it from Primark, I think it was like generally like £10, and I took it to her to get the sleeves taken up, and it was like £15 to get the sleeves taken up. So it was like the top that's just £10 is now like £25. I had to work that in my head fast. But yeah, like now it's £25, where it's really should only be £10. So it is really annoying and it is difficult. So that's something I wish I didn't have to deal with, but you can't choose, can you? I'm actually, like, interesting fact, I'm only a size 1 for shoes, so I do struggle so much for shoes, like so much. So that is a struggle for me. But I do wear kids' shoes, obviously, because it's size 1. So I do get half price on trainers, so that's quite good. But heels and stuff is a nightmare. So I actually shop for heels at a website called prettysmallshoes.com. It's like £150 per heel. It's not per heel, but per like pair of heels, and it's quite a lot. So I've got a couple of heels, but I have my like favourites. There's a black pair, and they are my genuine favourites. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I've had them for like, I've had them, still do have them for like 10 years. They were my first ever pair of heels, and I wear them on every night out. And I have other ones as well, but they're not as comfortable. Like, I've literally slept in these black pair of heels. Like, they are so comfortable. My friends literally say they're dead, they need to go in the bin, but I'm like, no, because I can last a whole night in these heels. But the other heels, my feet are like killing me, like killing. So yeah, so I do struggle with shoes, obviously, but will I show you my wardrobe? Okay, I mean, like, I'm talking to myself, I'm like, will I show you my wardrobe, expecting for someone to say like, yeah, show us your wardrobe, but I'm having a conversation with myself, so yeah. So, well, I'll show you my jackets, let's have a look. So I'll show you my leather one, got it from Primark, by the way. If you ever go to Primark when it's open again, you have to get this leather jacket. It's the exact same as the Zara one, but it was generally like £20, so cheap. So that's it there. It looks like, obviously it looks normal there, but the sleeves are obviously cropped. I will let you see the sleeve. You see? So look, can't even tell. I'll try it on. Okay, I'll do like a haul. But yeah, no, I don't need to try it on. Why am I trying it on? But yeah, this is a leather jacket from Primark. This was a size 12. I got it because it was the last one there, because I swear they sell like hotcakes. Is it hotcakes? Pancakes. I am really lucky because I still get to like share my friends' clothes as well. It just is a little bit like, if I borrow their clothes, I just have to roll it up a little bit, and if they're borrowing mine clothes, then it's like 3/4 length, but no one notices anyway, so it's fine. Well, that's what we say. People are probably like, why is your top 3/4 length? They're like, it's meant to be like that, but it's actually not. But nobody knows. You know, the vine, it's like, nobody will know. Misconceptions, because we are small, our families are small as well. So one of my friends for my condition actually asked me when I did the poll, when I did the what question should I ask, she put it in and she's like, ask this question and answer it as well. So yeah, so this is a common one. So my mom and dad are both average height, and no one in my family has my condition, and no one in my family has ever had my condition. So it was actually when I was first born, I was actually misdiagnosed until I was 6 weeks old, because it wasn't actually that common, my condition, especially in South Africa. Do you wish you were average height? I've been thinking about this question for a while, because I'm going to be honest, because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Yes, in a sense, because my life would be a lot easier. I'm still learning how to accept my condition. It sounds silly even saying that, but I am, because a lot of the times, and like I still do go through those stages, and I know it's a really selfish stage to go through, but I'm always like, why me? And it's frustrating as well, because I'm like, I didn't ask to be like this, and I know nobody asks for anything that life gives us, but I'm always like, I'm still going through the stage of like, why me, and I didn't ask for this, and all this. Like, I go through quite a lot of that stages. No, my condition is never going to change. I know I'm never going to wake up one day and be average height. I know that's not going to happen, but I'm just learning how to cope with this, and just learning how to adapt, because it is like, I am learning in a sense, because I can never know what life will give me. Like, I can't ever like pre-plan how I'm gonna have to adapt to a situation, or how I'm gonna have to adapt to get, you know, to achieve something or something. So like, if I was to go to a shop and something's at the top shelf, and then I can either like try and figure out how to get it down, or then try and ask someone, or just accept I'm still not going to get it today if I'm on my own. It is frustrating, and I do get annoyed, because I'm always going for that stage like, it's not fair, and it's not fair. Life isn't fair, so there's no point of crying about it. Like, that's what I keep on saying about myself, like, it's not fair, but I was given this for a reason, so I need to accept it for a reason. And I always do think, for the sense when I'd say no, that I do not wish I would be no, I do not wish I was average height, I would say that because I wouldn't be the same person if I was. So I probably wouldn't have the same personality, I wouldn't be in this country, I know that for a fact, because my mum moved over here for a better life for myself, and if I was average height, there would be no reason for us to move to the UK. So I wouldn't have met all the amazing people I've met, I wouldn't be living in this country. It's a first world country compared to South Africa, and I wouldn't have the experience I've had. So I'd say no in that sense, but yes in other senses as well. And I hope to one day I'd say no, because I'd be so happy in myself and happy in my condition that I would just be able to say no. But brutally honest, I'd probably say I'm in between them, yes and no. Which is silly, because you'd be like, how are you in between? But yeah. How do you cope with negativity, and what do you put in its place? So I'd say that I cope with negativity. So often when I go into public places and stuff, if I'm on my own, or even when I'm with people, a lot of people will stare, or they'll point, or they'll laugh, or I'll get people to come and say stuff to me, or they'll say things under their breath, or they'll say like generally like shout things at me, when I'm on my own, I just ignore it, because there's no, I'm not going to start arguing or shouting or putting up a fight, or I wouldn't ever do that anyway, because I'm literally like a mouse. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm like, if my mom says I'm a chihuahua, my bark is bigger than my bite. Like, I genuinely, chihuahua. But yeah, I just ignore it. And there's no point. I don't know what am I meant to say. It is annoying, it is frustrating, and it does put me off going places on my own, because I feel like when I do go with people, they're like my security. I'm not saying I need security, but they're like my comfort blanket. Like, I feel comforted when I'm with someone, but when I'm on my own, I do feel quite vulnerable. But I'm just like used to it. I avoid situations, or I like dodge people when I feel like they're going to be funny. It sounds really weird to say this, but like, say if I see like a group of people, and I feel like they're going to say something to me, or I just feel like something bad, then I'll avoid them, or I try and avoid getting in contact with them. Or it sounds even silly saying this about kids, but I know quite a lot of kids, and obviously they don't know, they've never seen someone with my condition, or they've seen someone with my condition on TV, and they obviously think that people with my condition are always on TV. I'm not sure, but a lot of kids are like, why is she small, or look at her mommy, or stuff like that. And sometimes I obviously you can't blame kids, no one can, but it does get to me sometimes, because I feel awkward, and then the mom stares at me, and then I'm looking like a rabbit in the headlights, and I don't know what to do, and I just smile. Like, sometimes I do smile, and I wish I was at a better place in myself, where I could go up to people, or if I could educate people, or that's what I'm trying to do right now, but just accept it. But sometimes it does get to me, and I often think this is frustrating. Why do I it's not fair that I have to go into a shop and have that said to me, or I have to go into shops and be stared at, or I have to avoid going out in public in that sense, and not feel secure. So it is it's being constantly stared at is what really does get to me, and the pointing, and sometimes the laughing, and but I mean, it's something I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life, so I'm going to have to just deal with it. What do you find hard in your daily life? My perspective. So I would say, I obviously say this all the time, but the world wasn't made for me. I have to adapt myself to the world. So the world wasn't adapted to me, I have to adapt myself to the world, kind of thing. So my kitchen, everything in my house is my mom's house is all average height, nothing's adapted. And apart, actually, I'm lying, sorry. My light switches, I don't know if you can kind of see. Let me show you. Can you see them? So I lost a little turny thing on it, but that's that's adapted. I now actually can reach the higher one now, but when we first moved into this house, I couldn't actually reach it. So we got all the light switches adapted, which is really good. But in other situations, if I go into a public place, I need to turn the lights on, and the lights aren't adapted, then I use my phone to turn the lights on. I try and find ways. The next question is, have I accepted my condition? I would say yes and no, because to a sense I have accepted it, because I know it's never going to change. So I know I'm not going to go to bed one night and then wake up in the morning and be 5'5". That's never going to happen. Or I'm going to take a magic tablet, or take this injection, a growth injection, and I'll be average height. Obviously if there was, I probably would, but I would say in a sense yes and no, because it's never going to change, and I've accepted that. But I still go for the stages that I just get frustrated and angry and annoyed at the world, and annoyed at everything, and annoyed why it's me, and why I have to have this condition. And yeah, but I think that life only gives you the challenges, I'm sure I've said this quote, actually, I'm not even going to be able to say it properly, but I'm sure life gives you challenges that it knows that you can cope with, kind of thing. Do you know the quote I'm trying to go on, or have I just made this up in my head? But yeah, so basically I know that I'm to learn about these challenges. I know I've been given this life for a reason, so I'm learning about it and accepting it, and learning how to cope with my life and cope with my condition. And yeah, and the thing about it is I'm still learning. So I would say yes and no, because I know I wouldn't be the same person I am if I was average height, or if I didn't have this condition. So I need to accept that, but I'm still learning how to accept my condition. And I'm also educating myself as well, because I don't even know that much about my condition. So quite a lot of the times I go on YouTube and Google it, and sometimes I see hate comments and stuff about it, but I'm still learning. So I'm still like to read up about it and see what other people look like with my condition, because that's what I don't see quite a lot. I don't really have anyone in my life with my condition, and I know there's lots of conventions and stuff, which I did do when I was younger, but now being older, I've not really done them, so I've not really been in contact with people with my condition. So sometimes when I do see someone, I'm like, oh my god, hi. I'm like, oh my god, you have the same condition as me. But it does remind me then when I do see someone, I'm like, oh my god, that's what I look like. Oh my god, this, not what I look like, but that's the condition I have. It does remind me, because I am in a bubble in a sense that I do forget. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I forget until I'm reminded. So like I could be with my friends and I'll just totally forget that I have this condition or I'm small. And then when I'm in public and someone stares and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, and then it reminds me. But in like my normal surroundings, I forget. I'm just like, oh, I just feel like everyone else. I just feel normal, because I am normal. My head's normal. Everything's normal. So this is my height. Let's have a little look. And I think that's what, like, I think awareness does need to be made in that sense, because I am just a normal person. It's just my height, that's the only difference. So I'm the same as you and me, but it's my height. How do you go to the gym? So I go to the gym, I go to Bannon Times, name drop. I obviously was going before lockdown, but I just go on the machines. I am obsessed, anyone who knows me, obsessed with the stepper, you know, like the stepper, the one that you've probably seen on Kim Kardashian's story. I am obsessed. Like I literally chain myself to the stepper, and as soon as lockdown's over, I am going to reunite myself with the stepper. Like I miss it that much. I love the stepper, so yeah, I do about like half an hour on it, but I only actually burn 100 calories because I stop every minute to have like breather breaks, because I am like not unfit, but I like struggle. I do like level 11, which is quite fast, so I can't do any longer than a minute. So I like do a minute and then I stop for like a minute and have a breather break and like have a drink of water, and then I go back on and do another minute, and then I stop for a minute and then do another minute. So literally, like, my friends, they can do like a whole workout and I'm still on the stepper. So that's my like warm up, that's my cardio. Sometimes I do the treadmill. So if I do the treadmill, then I do quite like the high, what's it called again? Not aptitude. You know when it's like high, when you're walking up a hill, I do the highest on that, and I'm sure it's like 18. And then I do speed like 5.5, so I'm basically like running up this hill, but then I stop every minute as well, and then have a break minute. So it's quite like quite intense. And then after that I do squats. I can actually squat 50, I think it is. So yeah, I mean my back was like literally broken after it, but I can squat 50. That's my like record right now, personal best. And yeah, so I can do squats, I can do everything. My friends, if I'm with them at the gym, they'll help me. Like, you know, I'm obviously clearly not good at the gym or like good at like naming things, but you know I'm gonna try and show you. Okay, do you know like the thing that goes like down like that way, like the thing you pull for arms? I can do that, but then obviously one of my friends will stand behind me and then they'll like pull it down for me, and then I'll do my like thing, and then I'll pass it back to them and they put it up to the top and do like a little dance move. And yes, I can do that. So I can just adjust myself. There are some things like the leg crushers, or like the ones I can't do because my legs are too short, but that's fine. I can do other stuff as well, and I can do different workouts to work the same thing as that would work, but I just have to adapt. So it's quite good. The world wasn't adapted to me, I have to adapt myself to the world. It's really like, well, I might get tattooed. I'm joking. Do I feel disadvantaged? Yes and no. So sometimes like there is an advantage to my condition. Not there's an advantage. I think like I wouldn't have the same. I think there's an advantage in a sense, because I think I wouldn't have the same personality if I never had this condition. So I think my personality, I've become a stronger person. I'm quite resilient. I don't like I do let things get to me a lot, but I've learned, like, I find new ways of like coping with things. I find new ways of working things out, or you know, I'm a problem solver more, because I've obviously got a lot of obstacles in my way that I have to learn how to like overcome with my condition. So I would say in that sense, but in other senses I do feel disadvantaged in the sense that a lot of the things are more difficult and things aren't made for me. So I have to like, my kitchen isn't made for me, my house isn't made for me, so I have to adapt and adjust myself quite a lot. So that is quite annoying, and I don't realize in some senses how much I have to do that. So like obviously driving, I've had to like get adjusted. So I've got hand controls that I put, well, basically I passed when I was 17. I don't know how to put that information out. So I passed when I was 17. I've got a car and it's been adapted, so it's an automatic and it's got hand controls. So I push a lever on my right hand side. I'll take a photo and maybe attach it, and push a lever to I pull the lever to accelerate and then I push the lever to brake. So it's like you hold it, it's like kind of like a gear stick kind of thing, but not a gear stick, kind of like where the indicator is, that's where it is there, just a little bit lower. And then so I pull to accelerate and I push to brake. So I learned how to drive with hand controls. There was an option to do pedal extensions, but because if I did pedal extensions, that means no one could ever drive my car. So I decided to just do hand controls in case like my mom or my gran or someone needs to use my car, and they can still use it, and it's, you know, still got the pedals, so they can, if my mum was to get my car, she can use the pedals, and then if I was to get my car, then I can use the hand controls. And it was so easy. My friends always say it's like driving like a dodgem, you know, like a go-kart, because it's just like push and pull, and it's automatic as well. So like I love driving because it's given me the independence I needed, because I'm quite lazy in a sense. Like I know I need to be like more active and stuff, but I'm so lazy, especially when the gyms are closed. I'm just like, I never walk anywhere. I'm sometimes go like the odd walk along Portobello Beach or something, but I genuinely never walk anywhere. I drive literally everywhere. So having the car allows me to go everywhere I need to go and not have to walk, which just sounds lazy. But I am a really, really slow walker, because I say I have little legs. So I always say to my friends, for every one step they take, I take two. So I always say I are double the calories, because as I said, like every one step they take, I take two. So that means like double the calories. That's what I'm saying to myself, but I probably don't. So yeah, another question is, how do you cook / eat? So I wish I could be honest. So to be honest, I mean, I don't actually cook. I have never actually made a meal my entire life. I'm really, really bad. It's really shocking actually. It's actually really bad when I say it out loud. I wasn't actually going to say it fully, but I was like, you know, I'm just going to be honest. So yeah, I actually don't cook. I honestly don't even know how to cook. I say it because the kitchen isn't adapted to me, and then I've never like, you know, it's so much effort to even make a glass of cordial. Cordial is like diluted juice, but I call it cordial. It's South African. But everyone's like, oh, you're so posh. But I was like, no, I swear, South Africa, everyone calls diluted juice cordial, and I've always said it. So yeah, the cordial. So even to make glass of cordial, like I have to pull this, like push a step to like get the glass, then stand on my bunker, which is not really that safe. Mom's probably gonna be like, no. But yes, to stand on the bunker and then get glass, bring the glass down, then move the step in front of the sink, then stand back up, then obviously pour the cordial in, then fill the glass up. I know it doesn't sound like, well, it's not really that much, but you know, when you can just, an average height person can just walk straight up to the sink and just sort of, you know, I'm having to like modes. That's probably why I have become quite lazy, because it is a lot of effort to just do simple tasks. So like making a meal would be even 10 times effort. But that is on my 2021 to-do list, my resolutions. I don't know, but I want to try and achieve that this year. I want to try and learn how to cook, because it's something I need to do, as I'm 25 in May and I don't even know how to make a meal. So I need to do that. I mean, in the first meal I'll probably make like on my own completely. No one probably will ever eat, but I need to learn how to do that. It's my to-do list. I'm always have to-do lists. How tall are you? I am 4'2", I think, or 4'1", so quite small, obviously. But yeah, my mom's like 5'5", I think. My dad's like 6'2", so clearly Sorry, the next one is, do you want to be with someone small? I'm not sure. So it's quite a different one, because everyone's like, oh my god, how do you not know? And I think a lot of people think like, because I'm small I have to be with someone small, which is quite a bad misconception, because there's not the same with everyone else. But just because I'm small doesn't mean I have to be with someone that's small as well. It's a weird one, because I don't see a lot of people with my condition a lot, and I'm not in face with anyone with my condition on a day-to-day basis. So sometimes when I do see someone with my condition, I'm kind of like, taken back a little bit, because it reminds me that's the condition I have. Because when I am on my own or when I'm with my friends, I always do forget, as I forget this is the condition. And when I see someone, like, oh my god, like, oh, you're the same as me, that's what I look like, or that's the condition I have, and it does remind me in a good way and a bad way as well, because sometimes I'm like taken back and I rethink everything, because I do live in a little bubble, and sometimes it is good to get reminded, but sometimes it's like leaving your comfort zone in the same way. So it's like when you're like, I'm like, oh, I'm still dealing with a lot of things as well with my condition, and obviously the way I feel about it. So I would probably say, I don't know, it'd have to be the person. I'd have to I like personality, obviously. So if they had the same person, if I was compatible with a person, not compatible, but if I got along really well with someone average height, and they got along really well with me, then it wouldn't matter if they were average height. It wouldn't matter what they looked like, or it wouldn't matter the height they were. If I got along with them, then that would be the most important thing. And if it's the same with someone with my condition, if I was to get along with them and our personalities and we were to get both along and I felt comfortable with them and we clicked, then it doesn't matter if they're little, because it's about the personality, I would most likely say. And if we clicked and like, it was like, oh, it doesn't matter. If you have kids, will they be small too? So if I was to have a child with someone with my condition, if I was to have a kid with someone with my condition, then there would be a 50-50 chance that they would be little. But if I was to have a kid with an average height person, there's a 25% chance they would be little. So there is it's less likely if I was to go with someone average height than it is more likely, obviously. So it is that there is it's quite common, a lot of people, I follow a lot of people, like the reality TV shows like Little Women LA and all of that. There's one girl there and she has 3 kids and they've all got dwarfism as well, but 2 of them have different types. So it is really quite common, and she's with someone who's also got the same condition as myself as well. So it is quite common if you go with someone with your condition that you're going to have a kid with dwarfism. Most likely, the most common form is achondroplasia, the form I have. So most likely, if I was to have a kid with someone with my condition, it would most likely have dwarfism. How much do you weigh? So I'm oh my god, I'm like 50 kgs. I don't know what that is in stone, but I'm 50 kgs. I'm trying to get down to like 47, 46 kgs. I mean, it's really personal, but anyway, that's it. So yeah, I'm 50 kgs. So it's like quite a lot of people are shocked because they're like, oh my god, I thought you'd be like this. But no, I think there's average height people that are 50 kgs. I am a little bit heavier for my condition, for my BMI, so I do need to lose a little bit of weight. But yeah, lockdown. So it's my to-do list. I'm just saying to myself, as soon as the gyms open up, then I'm gonna go back to the gym and I'm gonna lose my lockdown weight gained. So yeah. But right now it's closed, so I can't lose it. But when the gym's open, I'm going back. Okay, I just want to say a massive thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you managed to get to the end of it because I did waffle on quite a lot. But I just want to say, if anyone's watching this and wants to talk or feels like they want to say anything or wants to message me, my inbox is always open and I am very, very chatty, so I will talk to literally anyone, including myself, because that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, if you've got any questions or you want to ask anything, so say there's a question, you can message me and I'll be happy to answer anything you want to know. But thank you so much for watching it, and all the best, and bye!